We got the Xbox Developer Direct. Doom the Dark Ages is confirmed to be here. I got my Doom shirt on, hoping for a release date announcement. It's kind of leaked that it may be in May. We'll see if that's true. You know. Day one of the Game Pass. Shoosh. Let's see what they got. The South of Midnight game's supposed to be here. Maybe a little Fable. Maybe some Indiana Jones DLC. Maybe a little too early for that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We at least got Doom. That's all I care about. It's got to wake me up. You know, it's early. Need the adrenaline. Oh, there's subtitles? Get out of here. Subtitles are great, but 4 to 6 a.m.s. So this seems kind of quiet. 4 studios, okay. Straight from the devs. To me, yeah, South of Midnight's from Compulsion Games. The one's behind We Happy Few. It's the in the Bayou. I want to see more about because it didn't really impress me last time they showed it. And also just knowing Compulsion Games, I'm like, yeah. We got Sandfall Interactive and then something at the end from X. Oh, we're just going straight to that one. Okay. I thought they were going to save it. Nope. They might be saving Doom. That was some crazy water. Sea of Thieves 2. As always, let me know how the audio is. Team Ninja. Oh. A little Ninja Gaiden.
こんにちは、声テクモゲームズチーム忍者の安田文彦です。今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですが、こちらをご覧ください。
That was a quick introduction. Well, that's nice. You know, short, sweet, simple.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted.
Ghost Runner 3.
Efforts of a sole ninja.
Ninja.
However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility.
Honestly, kind of looks like a random
Commencing
Tekken.
mission.
Sheesh. It reminds me of that one Metal Gear game. Is it Revengeance, Resurgence, Revenge of the Ninja? Something, I don't know. Honestly, this looks like third person Ghost Runner. Like aesthetics and everything. Oh my gosh, big.
This is it. Ryu Hayabusa.
Whatever your clan is plotting.
Oh my god, is that the original Ninja Gaiden guy?
So you've come, Raven.
Back off, Hayabusa. I will execute my mission.
4. Whoa. And a
世
statue.
界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。
Cool.
プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、
I mean, it's no Doom, so it's, you know, Resident Sleeper territory. Falling back to sleep here.
忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。先ほ
Whoa.
どご覧いただいた映像の中で
Look at those
登場してお
muscles.
りましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、竜ハヤブサが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒竜がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。
Tokyo. Wow.
この雨は黒竜がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。
Would it come as a surprise if I told you I've never played a Ninja Gaiden game?
今作の新主人公であり、ハヤブサと対をなすカラス一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒竜を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
You know what? I could
こ
do
れま
that.
で忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に
Ah, the classic developer shot of someone standing over someone pointing at the screen.
ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。
Everyone loves
舞台
that.
となる東京はとある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、環境全体がプレイヤーに牙を向くように感じられるはずです。前作より立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージをリングやシリーズおなじみのタイ
Whoa,
プ
parkour.
忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。レールアクション、スイングアクションなどのダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追
You
加し
pointing
ま
at
し
this one screen. Damn.
こ
They
れら以
got
外
you.
にも様々なシチュエーションやチャレンジ、隠されたアイテムなどを用意しており、ステージが進むごとに上がっていくテンションにも驚いていただけると思います。
新しい主人公のヤクモは
Well, I
竜ハヤブ
really
サに
zoomed in on our
次ぐ
face.
新たな町人です。彼にはまだ若さも残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍者ガイデンシリーズにおける忍者の頂点、竜と肩を並べる次世代の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。そんなヤクモの前に立ちふさがるのは、荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や現世に蔓延する人ならざる者妖魔、そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔人も登場します。また現時点では公開していませんが、新たなキャラクターや
Eyeball
シリーズファンの
monster
方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を繰り広げることができ
Playing
ま
with
す。
a controller. Nah, it seems like a
ヤ
controller
ク
game.
モが使える新要素、結節忍術、ヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな
The art style of the
によ
game?
って
Yeah, looks
これ
cool.
までから大きく進化した
One of those that
一体
like
化の戦闘を
I
可能に
wouldn't
しました。
mind playing this game,
ヌエの型では
but it'd be like super low priority whenever it comes out.
一撃必殺の攻撃となっており、多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。
Not the biggest like hack and slash combat
一対一
fan,
の戦闘における比
like
率
the
も
Devil
健
May
在です。
Cry
プレ
Bayonetta.
イヤー同様、敵の
Bayonetta.
ガードや回避
Oh,
を
let me
し
say her
て
name right before I get
緊
roasted in
張
the
感のあ
comments.
るフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。敵の動きをしっかりと捉えながら、一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。 ヌエの方によって忍
Press
者ガイデン
ER.
のアクションの
I
味わい
mean,
に
a
さらなる
completely
進
different
化を感
combat.
じられるかと思います。
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス
Souls
調
like
整
an
な
hack
ど
and slash
細
are
部にわたり日々議論させていただ
very
き
different.
会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本作の
Like
主人公
it's like
である
Elden
ヤ
Ring
クモは
versus Black Myth
竜とは
Wukong,
一味
right?
違うア
Like,
クションを有していますが、
but even Black Myth Wukong
し
is
っか
not
りと
even
忍者ガイデンらしさを感じてい
true
ただ
hack
け
and
ると思い
slash.
ます。例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型
Whoa,
がある点が役物の大きな
blood
特徴
swords.
ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや
Not interested in this anymore. This looks cool.
抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です。
ヤクモと竜
But
ハヤブサは
knowing the originals,
そ
it
れぞ
is
れがかなり
very different.
個性的な遊び心地になっていますので、さまざまな戦闘バリエーションを楽しむことが
Yeah,
で
this
き
is
るよ
going
う
on a
にな
little
ってい
long.
ます。ヤクモ、そして竜ハヤブサの双方で飛燕、水の
Whoa.
落としなどシリーズおなじみのアクションも駆使しつつ、
I love watching the
新
same
ヤクモを織り
gameplay
交ぜた
clips
新しい忍
5
者ガイデ
times.
ンにご期待ください。
Whoa, same gameplay clips we've already seen. Whoa.
歯ごたえやグレードの高いアクション
Oh my god, you can wall run. Oh my god, oh, you can stab.
特徴である
Oh.
スピーディーなアクションやダイナミックな演出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる攻防に
Haha,
も
look, we're
フ
pointing
ェア
at
に
the
戦
screen.
える手触り
Haha.
をヤクモでも目指して
So
い
you
ま
know
す。
we're talking about
皆
something.
様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと、忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、ついに発表することができて非常に嬉しく思います。2025年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるのを楽しみにしています。続報にもぜひご期待ください。
My god, was just eating a snack back there. I was on a snack break.
さて本日お伝えしたい発表は
One more
それだけではあ
thing.
りません。
Oh my
こちらをご覧
god.
ください。
Ninja Gaiden 5. Whoa, shoes. From Team Ninja, no way. Oh my god. Whoa.
My path leads through the land of the dead.
Seems like a character would like fit in Smash pretty well. I don't know if they're still adding characters to Smash or not, but
Thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja bloodline.
Genshi, go back to hell.
All paths before me are cruel and arduous.
whoa.
Our time has come.
Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I'm the Tekken. Dude, people would have a fit. They added another sword character to Tekken. Jesus.
ハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作品です。今作忍者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。綺麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、竜ハヤブサに加え、綾音、もみじ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日コンソール、PC、そして Xbox
You can download it
この後すぐに発売となり
today.
ます。忍者
Whoa.
ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。
Shadow drop, shadow drop. Whoa, we're pointing at the
チー
screen
ム
again.
忍者創立30周年の節目であり、
I
本
love
日
that.
発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め2025年は忍者の年、イヤーオブザ忍者となります。ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください。本日はありがとうございました。
Fall 2025. Alright, we're going to south of midnight. Ooh, the gameplay still looks choppy. I remember when they showed this off at the non-E3 E3 showcase.
Games here in Montreal, Canada.
It looked really low frame
At our
rate.
studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the
Probably
magical
gonna do me.
lore of
I
Minecraft
imagine they will.
to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shoot, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Wouldn't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving, an ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
I think during like the cutscenes, it's an intentional choice, but like when it's actually gameplay, even if it is a choice, it still looks really bad. Be that like that choppy.
The grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our world.
I think they're going for like a stop motion kind of feel in the
nature,
cutscenes.
and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these
Like that part's
stigmas
whatever. It's like when they're
and
actually like
the
playing, just the whole world looks
creatures she
choppy.
encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to
This is a game I need to see like a 10-minute gameplay segment.
and confront adversaries.
Combat is about understanding and adapting
Little
to
snippets are
different
doing it
enemy
for me.
archetypes known as aints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each aint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes
We Happy
devastating
Few.
strikes from afar,
Their last game.
while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these
Which is
threats
also
with
why I'm
agile
not
medium
confident in this
to
game.
execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because aints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills becomes the key to gaining the upper hand in combat. Push, pull, and weave. are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack.
It is Strabo. It's the one that everyone thought was going to be like Bioshock Infinite and ended up being a procedurally generated game. So much so that they had to go back and add in a story mode.
Especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time.
Yeah, they also made Contrast, which was a good game.
Can be unraveled,
They just made it a long time ago.
of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize. The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area of effect attacks, or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast.
My favorite thing about showcases like this is when devs have to sit there and explain like basic game mechanics that like
You can see every place old Molly
you've seen 1,000 times, like it's brand new. Like, what is a skill tree? Oh my god, I've never heard of a skill tree before. Whoa, you can upgrade skills and it affects how you play the game? Whoa.
Once human or animal,
hold on.
transformed by tragedy.
I got
There's
fucked.
secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted
We're leaking.
memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
Bunny.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific thematic. These encounters feature multiple phases that ramp up in complexity. As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps to flooded farmlands to the Appalachian peaks. In our magical South, decaying buildings reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugal. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends
Patrick,
ever
thanks for
more
16 months.
towards the fantastical.
Appreciate you.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits.
Well, we're pointing at the screen.
The way to the past emerges as central
So
themes,
you know we're talking
which
about
you can
something.
see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stay behind
Ninja
even in
Gaiden
the
4
face of
and
adversity.
this.
So I'm
We're only
the
getting
last
4
person
games.
left here.
Getting another game after this. I don't know what it's called. I don't think I've ever heard of it. And then I assume we're ending with
Artistically, we're
Doom.
staying true to our moody compulsion signature style. But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom
I don't mind
to
the win for the
reimagine
style, it just
creatures
doesn't
and their
look good.
stories to adapt how they look and to craft our own version of a fantastical deep
It
south.
just looks like it's low frame rate. I mean, it is, but like, it's bad.
At Compulsion Games, we love to craft around central themes. We're lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of
No,
Midnight
it wasn't
such a
Halo.
unique personality.
It's
We
like
hope
Legacy
you
of
enjoy
Thieves
the
or
deep
something like
dive
that.
into South of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
April 8th. Wow. Sandfall, that's what it's called. Or I guess that's the studio. I guess they're announcing a game. Yeah, we're ending with Doom. Alright. Fair enough. Whoa, they made a house. Well, you know, it's not America.
Bonjour, everyone. We are Sunfall Interactive, and welcome to our manor.
Whoa, the dog's a developer.
We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century
Oh, Expedition. Okay.
Here we are. Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed.
No, there's no shot he has that statue on his desk there at all times.
I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Kidding me? It's gonna be knocked over instantly.
Trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together.
Can you point the screen?
As I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the
reveals.
following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision. And we had that, defined by
Not the
three
screen.
core elements.
Nah, I'm not a developer. Can't do that.
A story with great emotional depth, gameplay that innovates on the classics we love, and a world that is completely original, beautiful, and immersive.
Whoa.
We founded Sunfall Interactive on these
Ooh, you got a limp Eiffel Tower there.
friends with a shared vision
No good.
and the drive to make something great.
This too is your legacy.
Core to every great RPG is a compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story is about overcoming
Setting up
an
the
existential
romance.
threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate?
What, were you gonna
duty
kiss,
do we
huh?
owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply
Gonna make out
personal
right
to
here?
me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes.
So if the premise of the game of like everyone dies at that age when it counts down, what if you have someone that is that age, but they're pregnant? Does the baby also die? Because the baby's not technically that age. Does it just like fall out?
You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my
Dad and I used to do.
And
What if they were born on a leap
cares
year?
more about
Does that
really
count?
living her life, not just living longer.
Gustav, are you real?
It's not all dark, though.
Find out by playing the game.
Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need the foot. Aha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Gestrol, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation.
Whoa.
They're fun and
Damage
sort of
numbers.
ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many other Gestrals across the game. And of course, there is Esquier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Esquier is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world. And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
In addition to a strong narrative, we had a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional
This is
turn-based battle
playing
mechanic we love and adds
piano in the middle
real-time
of them
reaction,
developing stuff.
which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism.
Whoa.
During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right time.
Does it though?
But balancing
Does anybody want that?
real-time mechanics took a long time to get right. During
Turn-based
initial
with
playtests,
QTEs
turn-based
mixed
players
in.
often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character. We spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics.
Yeah, but I
and
mean,
their custom skill
it
trees.
seems like an
Our
extra
philosophy
step for
is
no reason.
making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game.
Like
Each
doing stuff in real
character
time,
has a unique
sure.
mechanic. Mail switches between
Doing stuff with
stances can
QTEs, like
ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Mal the
yeah, I need
protector of
someone to
the
explain
group,
the skill
but
tree to
I'm
me.
pretty much the only one
What
at
are we
the
doing
studio
here?
who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects.
Called what?
They can gain through Lumina and weapons.
Whoa,
there are
skill
ton of
tree.
builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity.
Oh, we're pointing at the screen.
For example, the Gestrel Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrels are like. The Gestrel Village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrels, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process with the characters. Monoko came in a single concept. I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Gestrel.
For Escape, We needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map. And it was a real challenge to create both artistically and technically.
Whoa.
And it turned out a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need SK's help traveling around.
I was wondering why it looked like
We're super
scaled down before.
As there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4
A lot of the
years.
enemies and bosses remind me of Remnant.
That's why we're delighted to announce.
This feels like the RPG version of the Remnant series.
On April 24th on Xbox Series X and S, and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already wish the game and follow us for more info.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33. We are a small, passionate team, it's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre.
Alright, Doom time.
Everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Wrap it up.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Gross. Tomorrow's coming. Tomorrow's coming. Oh my god. Alright. It's time. So they just gave us 2 release dates. I 100% think it's gonna be that May 15th release date. Oh shit. Everyone shut the fuck up.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever, and the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on id's tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid I mouthed the words.
Ooh.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will
It's not Mick Gordon, but it sounds pretty good.
medieval war against hell.
Oh, come on.
Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy
Getting cucked
world
here.
full of locations to explore,
Shut up and let the gameplay roll.
and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience.
Okay,
So if you're new
prequel,
to the
prequel,
franchise,
confirmed.
Then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect
Oh,
entry
we got a
point into the
pistol?
series. And if you're a
Look
longtime
at that.
fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom:
we're
The
getting a
Dark
deep
Ages,
dive
you'll
today.
be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics
Don't
of Doom
love that UI. Hopefully that changes.
and a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes
Parry
strafing
mechanic, parry
terrain
mechanic.
viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the shield saw.
Sheesh. Look at that open map.
Throw. Parry. Deflect. from one input. It's contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom the Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
Nah.
And the shield saw will give you the strength to
No,
go
I don't think so.
head-to-head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id. But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an
I mean, they definitely cut down the verticality.
or even a
These maps are very
mace.
flat.
That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable smashing your way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger. That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created.
Double plasma rifle?
Mean. Ancient. Brutal torture machines, built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom. That's the mission.
Things do seem really tanky, though.
Foreseen, insanely fun to use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom the Dark Ages.
Yeah, it just depends if they really force you into it, if enemies punish you for really moving. Because otherwise you can still, like, get around. Like, yeah, you could still very much run and gun this. Right. This is 100% on controller as well. Oh, grappled teleport? I guess we're not getting the meat hook back. It's been expected, but...
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best.
Okay, that's cool.
You can slow things down or speed them up.
There's a game speed.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the
Oh, speedruns on 150%?
finally have for you. You've been waiting for 2 games now to get in and pilot
Oh,
your
shit.
very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech. It's the size of a building. It's powerful. And you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists.
Titanfall.
And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The power fantasy is unlike anything we've made at id. And the combat systems behind these features are deep.
That could be cool, it could also be really awful if it's not great.
And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action
Like, if
games
it's fun, that's cool, there's a lot to do, but...
combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom the Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient
Is it the blood
hellscapes,
swamps?
battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities.
The arenas look fucking sick.
Godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw.
Skill tree.
You're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new.
That
waiting
looks
to be discovered
weird.
or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose.
Yeah, like they say stand and fight, but this still looks very much like you can
Explore
really
what is
move
the
around.
largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources.
Also, a little insider thing, they usually tend to go slower so they can show off things better.
Who you fight
When they're talking about movement and combat.
It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet. And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players.
The one the gods can do.
Now, as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story
So that plays out.
of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something
Well, everyone's walking behind him.
to become the best game id
They're
has
gonna get
ever
shanked.
made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The
Ooh, that
Dark
cut out, though.
Ages releases,
Wow, it's the whole team. It is May 15th. There it is. I want like one big last trailer drop, you know? The Xbox, well.
I cannot move.
Oh. So just to wrap up.
You will feel like the super weapon in the
Hello.
center of the medieval war against hell.
You think they'd follow up Doom with Infinite?
All of Hazel's
Please.
powers are designed around textile crafting and spinning wheels. The combat system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
Our reactive turn-based system has real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism.
All right, well, you know, I said when Doom: The Dark Ages comes out, we're de-rusting all the Dooms. Doom Anthology's back on the table. I mean, it'll still be a while before we get to it, but we've got some work to do. We've got a lot of work to do. Thanks for watching. Unless... when they cut the audio, so... encore, encore, encore. No. No encore. Alright, cool, 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 cool. Yeah. Cool. Couple things worrisome about Doom, potentially. I don't think it'll be a big deal. One, more cutscenes, it sounds like. One, I assume they're skippable. And two, hopefully it's not too heavy-handed. Because I think that's kind of a lot of people's complaints about Eternal. So they went really deep into the story on stuff, instead of just being like 2016, where it's like, there is a story, but it's not like you or the character cares about the story, right? So if they're doubling down on the story, it's like, oh, maybe step in the wrong direction. And then the stand and fight approach, I don't think that will necessarily be a big deal. Said people that capture gameplay footage for these kind of things go slow on purpose and play on controller, so they can show off the game better. So that's just a thing that you do in the business. But, you know, they said strafing is still a viable thing, so I assume moving around, navigating, like, the areas are huge. Like, I'm sure you can play just fine with, like, run and gun kind of stuff. Yeah, it's like, they could be fine, you know? I just think it potentially is a point of some trouble, but we'll see. Everything else about it seems cool, you know? Definitely a different step from the other two. More open worlds. The mech and the dragon could be cool. It could also just be really painfully slow. Because as much as we all love Titanfall 2, the fun parts of that game do not involve playing in the Titan. Being in the Titan is not fun for me. I mean, it's all right, but right, if I want some Titanfall 2 goodness, it's gonna be me running around as the pilot. So we'll see on that. But hey, cool. May 15th, we got some other dates for the other ones. April 8th, and you know, April 24th for Expedition 33. I want to see extended look at South of Midnight. I want like a 10-minute, 15-minute gameplay. I want to see how, like, the actual animation looks in a not trailer setting. We might play this on stream. If it's on Game Pass, you know, why not? We'll see. Alright. We'll call it there because I just woke up for this and I'm sleepy and I need to get some stuff done and it's over, so, you know. Yeah, we'll see about stream tonight. Honestly, I'm trying to put together the Tomb Raider tutorial, so I might just work on that offline instead of streaming. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to go for a better any percent time. We might just move on to a different project at this point. We've been on Tomb Raider 2013 for a good bit, so we may switch things up, and if I do, then I need to get that prepped and ready. So potentially a stream tonight, potentially not. Regardless, we'll stream tomorrow and over the weekend and all that good stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you got some games you're looking forward to. Yeah, all on Game Pass. Hashtag not an ad. Game Pass is pretty good, though. Not gonna lie, Game Pass is pretty good. Pretty cool. Pretty good deal.